Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to analyze data using Way ANOVA in full analysis of variance. And as always, we cannot begin analysis before we describe what that analysis is and where you're supposed to apply, which kind of data that you're supposed to use when you are doing that analysis. So analysis of variance or one-way ANOVA is used to determine whether there is statistically significant difference between the means of three or more independent groups. This means that F is equal to between minus group variation over within minus group variation. So when do you use one-way ANOVA? You use one-way ANOVA when you have one categorical independent variable with three or more groups. You also need to have one continuous dependent variable. So these are the things that you are supposed to understand before you start doing that analysis, which is not going to be good. Examples where you can apply one-way ANOVA is when you want to compare the average crop yield among three fertilizer types, maybe DAP, NAP, NPK, and then maybe you have foliar. And then second example is to compare the average households income across three counties. And then you have also, you can apply it to compare students' average test scores across three teaching methods. So maybe the other one is in one-on-one, the other one is through virtual, the other one is through the practical. And then you can apply one-way ANOVA when you want to compare average blood pressure among patients receiving three different treatments. And then the data requirements, we have said that dependent variable should be continuous, e.g. income, yield, weight, test scores. For the independent variable, categorical with three or more independent groups. So observation are also independent. The dependent variable is approximately normally distributed within each group. Homogeneity of variance, the group variance are approximately equal. So when you are interpreting the results, you look at the p-value. If less than 0.05, at least one group mean is significantly different from the others. If the p-value is greater than 0.05, there is no statistically significant difference among the groups means. And if you conduct one-way ANOVA and that you found out there's significant difference in the mean of the groups, you proceed with what we call the post hoc tests such as Turkey HSD or Bonferroni to identify which specific groups differ from each other. So now that we know what is one-way ANOVA, we can proceed to do the analysis. So in this data, we have data for income, and then we also have educational level, which has three categories. So we are going to use that one. We go to analyze, compare means, then we have one-way ANOVA. For dependent variable, remember what we say about it. So here we are going to use income after, and then the factor. The factor is going to be, it's like I never recorded education. If I did not recorded education, that's why it's not appearing in this window. Let's see. I don't know if satisfaction was, yeah, satisfaction, but it was in how many groups? More groups. So let's cancel and record education so that we can come and do the analysis. So for recording, remember in the previous video that I shared, you go to transform and then you click automatic record. So I'm going to do education. I'm going to do education, and then I'm going to give the new name as education recorded. recorded. Always remember that the 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 SPSS is case sensitive. So let's see for education. So we had university, secondary, college. Then yeah, so you come to add new. So then you click OK. Then we have the category of the education. So let's see if you're able to do the comparing of means. So dependent, we are going to use income after. Then the factors, we are going to use the education recorded. So there is significant difference in the means of the groups. So what we need to do is to go back to that analysis and then go back to that analysis. Then we do the postdoc, Turkey, continue. Okay. So now you have your multiple comparison of the post hoc test. Remember that we see when you have conducted what we call the ANOVA, and then you find the significant is 0.000, uh, which is less than 0.05. That means it's significant. There is significant difference, and then we fail to reject the null hypothesis, and then now there is difference, and then I've said that we proceed to post hoc to see where that difference appears. So you can see there is that difference between college and primary, college and secondary, and like that. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing it so that you don't miss out more insights and ideas.